Now, why this is important for our dantian study, the dantian study for our taiji, is that in every single movement, the energy follows through and moves through these dantians. The beginning part, the lower body, the lower dantian is yin, the upper dantian is yang. Energy as it moves upward becomes yang, as it moves inward and downward becomes yin. So we can say the first part of every movement is yin. We relax, we gather the energy to the center. This is yin. Then as the energy, as you then react with somebody else, you attach to them, you have some interaction, it moves to the middle dantian. And finally, when the action is done, it moves to the upper dantian and you're full. Then immediately it drops down again to start the cycle again. And it's like the tides and it's like everything else. Our health is dependent on the energy movement, the energy flow. It's like the tide. If the tide doesn't come in and out, the water stagnates and the water becomes sick, diseased, fish die, all these terrible problems happen. But if we follow the natural course of the tides coming in and out, it washes and cleans and does everything that it needs to be doing. Okay, so in the course of for our health, we need to be moving the energy up and down, in and out, right and left, in order to keep it working and balanced, so it doesn't stagnate. And that's what our Tai Chi is doing. Every time I move forward and backward, I'm pumping the energy through my body and causing this healthful movement of energy and Qi. Blood and Qi move together. So as my blood is moving, my Qi is moving, and it's all happening together. Okay, so if we go back to this bow and sit stance and that we were just basic exercise, if we go back to this basic exercise, I'll show you how the three dantians get involved in this action. Say, when I'm balanced in the middle, nothing is happening, that's fine. There's basically nothing going on, what we call wu qi. Now, when I sink the weight onto the back foot, the energy moves downward and inward. The hips are closing and gathering. This is yin. I'm gathering. Yin. The energy is moving to the inside. It's my lower dantian. I'm involved with survival, with taking care of myself. Now, as the body starts to move forward, the hips start to open. The energy starts to move upward. When I'm about halfway, the energy is now filled up to about my middle dantian. And as I move all the way forward, my hips are all forward, my body is full, and the energy is moved all the way up to the top part of my upper dantian. Then, as we move back, the energy starts releasing and starts to sink down to the middle dantian and down to the lower dantian. So it's energy middle, upper, middle, lower. Now again, it's sort of like a thermometer or something. As it's coming forward, it needs the support of all that's behind it. It's not all of a sudden just here when I'm forward and nothing else down here. No, all of this is full. And then here, it's dropping down and becomes more solid in the lower portion. So this is what we call the energy moving through the three dantians. And the consciousness here is in my lower belly. Now my consciousness is sort of around, right in through here in my immediate environment. And now my consciousness is out, including the whole space and everything around me. Then the energy starts to move down into the space right nearby me and finally into my interior. So there's this, if we could see auras, my aura is extending as far out as is possible for me at this time. And now my aura is drawing in and drawing in and drawing in until it's basically just a little beyond my skin. And it's going stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. And in and in and in and in. Okay. I hope that you can understand this. And you don't need to even be moving back and forth. You can stand and feel energy in the lower dantian. Energy moves the upper dantian. Middle dantian, energy moves the upper dantian. And feel like a sort of an internal pressure. And then this pressure sort of lets off and it sinks, and lets off and it sinks, and lets off and it sinks. So you can do this as a standing meditation, as a sitting meditation. It's very helpful. In the yogic system, we have what are called chakras, and there are 7 chakras, and it's the same process. They're going from the bottom, from the lower dantian, but there's more of them. But it's the same idea. And the idea is to move this energy, refine it, and move it upward. And refining means to add consciousness. Our consciousness is like a fire. What we call, Chinese, we call it yi, or conscious thought. And this fire of the mind is placed under the liquidness of the body. The body internally is very liquid. You know, we're mostly water. And when the consciousness of fire lights gets stronger and stronger, it causes this water inside us to boil and become steam, which rises and moves upward. But it takes control, and it takes opening the body to be able to do that. If you don't have the right pathways cleared off, when you light this fire, maybe something can happen that you don't really want to have happen. But if you follow the path that has been lined out by those who have been there before, that's why it's really important to have a teacher, or to read really extensively, and to find somebody who you really believe in, who you think has been down this path before and can lead you there, because there's a lot of different little blind alleys you can get caught in. And a lot of people, charlatans, are taking advantage of people's desire to achieve enlightenment. So, please, look carefully. And when you're looking for a teacher, find somebody who you can believe in. And then follow their way, because they've been there and they know what works and what you need to be careful of.